my emotions just came back. I just started crying randomly. I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And all my emotions came back, and it was because they've been suppressed since October. They were suppressed since October, so I had to suppress my emotions from October on. And when they came back, it was new because I wasn't angry. It wasn't anger. It wasn't frustration. It wasn't tiredness. It was sad, happy, thrilled, overwhelmed. It was like watching a Disney movie. All my emotions just came out of nowhere. Sitting in that for the last 4 weeks, understanding the new normal, understanding my life now has been probably not a challenge, but an understanding, because what I used to be and what I am now are two different people.
Nosedive sounds like a downward plunge, but for us, it's an invitation to dive headfirst into the shit that scares us most. I'm Renee Adams, joined by my co-host and best friend of over a decade, Mara DeMaro. These are the stories from life beyond the status quo. We embrace the mess to numb less and live more. This is Nosedive. Hello, people of Nosedive. Mara and I are humbly sitting down with Jimmy Tapia today. He's a 12-year fitness veteran and one of the top coaches of Equinox Fitness Club in New York City. And for those of you who don't know what Equinox is, think luxury meets fitness, and it has something like over 300 health clubs in the US as well as London and Canada. It is primo, and I am sincerely jealous that we don't have one here in Savannah. Mara and I met Jimmy back in October of 2025 for the Mobius Nosedive Soberish October event in New York City. And we're just thrilled to be able to dive into Jimmy's story today, get to learn a little more about him, and see what he's got planned for 2026. So welcome, Jimmy.
Hey, ladies, thank you for having me today. Really excited for this.
Yeah, excited to see you again.
Yeah,
so
it was
funny.
awesome meeting you guys back in that event, Sober of October.
Yeah, with that, I kind of went to circle back. Oh my gosh, where am I?
I know. Are we in like a corporate setting? Circle back
to that. Gosh. But yeah, I wanted to revisit that because you wrote in your bio to us that you're now embarking on a sober curious journey, and we met you at a Sober October event. And so just kind of curious, like, what kind of kicked that off for you, and how's that going? How's it feeling? Like, let's just kind of dive in, start there, I guess.
So when I met you guys in October, I was in the midst of not to kill like the mood, but I was like I just had a family tragedy happen. And I was kind of in a crossroads of my life again. I could either continue doing drugs and coping that way, or start finding a new outlet. So I decided, you know what, let me kick off the drugs, kick off the drinking, but I couldn't do it cold turkey.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, October was hard drugs, so no more like shrooms, acid, those type of things. November was weed, and December was alcohol. So I had it stage planned. So my friend, who kind of took me off my funk, he was like, let's go to this event. I was like, all right. I was off at work. I was like, all right, why not? And when it was my first sober event, I was like, I kind of need alcohol. Kind of need alcohol for this. But after a while, I got into it. I'm like, saw how networking was, and just meeting you girls and being with Caroline and Julia was a nice set tone. So I was like, I could see myself doing these type of events moving forward. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to start embarking on this sober event, this sober lifestyle, going sober to forever. I have no plans of going back. I kind of enjoy it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a big undertaking, a lot of changes with a very short amount of time, especially going through a family tragedy, holiday buzz, starting to develop new coping mechanisms and different outlets. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, we commend you for it, because like that is a lot, like a trifecta, quadfecta of like so many different things happening and undertaking that. Yeah.
Definitely takes time to really let that all kind of settle. So what has kind of been the most eye-opening thing for you so far through this?
That I don't really need it. I just been using it. And it's gonna sound weird, but like when I used to smoke weed, I used to just need to just numb my brain, like not be present. Or when I had
Yes.
just be numb, just be not present to the thing. And then when I stopped smoking weed, I thought that was gonna be the hardest one because that was like my favorite thing.
Mm.
But lately, like just waking up, being present in the now, not knowing what the day is gonna hold, has been probably the most eye opening because it's been really magical. It's been like a great waking up, like, oh, what does the day hold? And then it's usually a good day, never a bad day, because you wake up and you just have go about it. It's been a good little transition, but I'm enjoying it every step of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting, and I'm really curious to dive into the your fitness background, because I feel like that is like drugs, alcohol, that whole realm is kind of one that we overlook in the industry. We talk so much about, how we treat our bodies and what foods we eat, and of course that's like so important and part of it, but also there's so many like fitness events that I see out there that it's like, oh, like barbells and beers or whatever, yoga
Yeah.
and bubbles. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Kind of contradicting each other.
Yeah.
yes. And I don't necessarily think we're trying to, as a collective, I don't think it's people are trying to do that intentionally necessarily, but I think we're starting to realize like, oh wait, that is contradicting, and so yeah, curious what your perspective is on all of that.
Well, I mean, as a professional, you know that alcohol stunts your muscle growth.
Yeah.
If you're buzzed, the alcohol does not leave your filter your body for 3 days. So even if you drink on
Wow.
Saturday and you work out on Tuesday, you're just sweating. You're not really engaging any muscles. You're not really doing anything. You're kind of halting your progression. For anything, your muscles are going to be dehydrated. So the risk of injury is a higher percentage while drinking than not drinking. Even if you drank 3 days ago, a week ago, the alcohol is still in your body. You're much slower. Your metabolism slows down. You start putting them extra lbs, and unless you're running a marathon every day, those high sugar calories count.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Yeah.
need to. There's no need for all the extra sugar in your body, especially if your body is insulin deprived or you can't process sugars and your body just stores it. That's where all that fat builds. So it does not help if, especially if you're trying to, if you're on a cut or on a weight loss journey. That does not help. There is no means. I mean, a lot of people, beer is considered 4 slices of bread, but if you're drinking six, that's 24 slices of bread.
It's like a whole damn loaf.
Damn, no wonder it's so good.
I know.
And unless you're gonna try to deadlift 500 pounds that same day, it's not really that much. You don't need that much glycogen for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can resonate so much with you on that track because it's like that is what actually got me into looking into sober curiosity was hiring a fitness coach and looking at what I was consuming. So yeah, I think it's just so interesting how we can be so knowledgeable on fitness and how things affect your body and how it's like 80-20 when it comes to nutrition and eating and fueling your body. And yet there is still this like wanting to integrate socializing and drinking alcohol while you're trying to like improve yourself. And we're not here to say like demonize alcohol and demonize these things whatsoever, but it's you have to get real with
Yeah.
yourself about your goals and be honest about what you're actually consuming and does that really kind of line up with what you're trying to make your reality.
No, 100%. Because right now the fitness industry has risen over the last 6 years. If
Yeah.
you know anything about the pandemic, gyms and anything health club related was considered non-essential. Fast forward 6 years, there are clubs in every neck of the woods. Every type of fitness has its own portion of the world. There's run clubs, there's yoga clubs, there's Pilates, there's reformers, there's High Rocks, there's HIT, there's Spartan, there's a whole bunch of outlets now in fitness that has become such a normal. The percentage of somebody not working out or not doing something fitness related is probably abnormal now. All because we were told fitness is a no. 6 years ago, we were told no, this is not essential, but everybody still figured out like, that's when plank challenges started becoming a thing, push-up challenges, all these challenges started coming out. And realistically, that's where a lot of trainers came from, was from the pandemic, because they were like, maybe I could do this, maybe I could help somebody into fitness like I did, because it was a weird time for everybody. If you could go back 6 years ago, how was your pandemic experience compared to the next person, right?
Dude, such a weird blip of time. Like, what in the actual fuck?
And so feeling the ripple effects of that.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Totally. Especially going to the drinking. Like, damn, you want to talk about consumption. That was definitely a time for that. Yeah, so Jimmy, like, what kind of you're 12 years kind of in the industry, what's your background? Like, what kind of got you into fitness, and kind of tell us a little bit about that journey?
Okay, so I used to be really obese. I used to be 400 pounds when I came out of high school. I didn't know where I was going, didn't have no real path. I knew I went to college for journalism and minors in psychology.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's what my counselor told me I should do. So I went into college. I didn't like it. I didn't grasp it, but I knew I was 22, 23. Weight, my knees were hurting. I was breathing heavily. I knew that wasn't the right thing to do, to be at. So I decided to join Planet Fitness like everybody does, because it was like the cheapest gym around. So I joined Planet Fitness, and I won't not lie, I was one of those people who would cancel. I would cancel and cancel and cancel, and someone said, hey, you want to go do this? Yes, I'll find any excuse not to go to the gym, even though I was going to the gym. It was a random phone call from my high school best friend one day. He called me one night and asked me how life is, because he was about to get deployed. He was going to the Army. I was like, pretty good. Everything's going on. I'm going to the gym, working. I was working at Target at the time, living on my own for the first time, and saying, he was like, oh, I see you going to the gym. How's that going? I was like, trying to make time, but I can't. I had that excuse just like everybody. And realistically, he was like, don't be a bitch. Everybody has excuses. Everybody makes time, so you got to make your own time. So I took that to heart.
Yeah.
Like, this guy, when I say he's my best friend, he's one of my best friends of all time. Still talk to him to this day. And I hit a fork in the road. I went to the gym the very next day, and my nephew had canceled on me. And usually when they cancel, I am back on that train.
Like, I'm out.
I'm out. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
good. So I was physically in a literal and philosophical and metaphorical fork in the road. I was standing right outside the gym, looking at the train, looking at the gym behind me for like 20 minutes. I look like a crazy person.
It's like a movie scene right now.
Yeah.
This is like the pivotal moment.
In Bushwick, you do not want to be standing outside.
Bushwick.
So I like, all right, cool. So I took the plunge, sucked it up, went upstairs. I wish I could tell you what exactly kind of workout I did that day or what I actually did. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to go upstairs, went upstairs, and then poof, my whole life changed so fast. I fell in love with it so much, from seeing how fast I get, how fast I could go, how strong I could be, just getting that competitive nature, just watching people lift weights. Like, I could do that. Oh, I want to do that. I could do that better. I know I could do that. Oh, she's hot. Oh, I definitely want to. Oh, I want to. If she comes at this time, I'm going to come at this time. Oh, I found my motivation. I was like, okay, cool. And then from there, I started making friends in the gym. Started people with the right mind. I remember this one guy who, he seen me every day. Every day he saw me. He was like, hey man, how about you come on a Saturday? I could teach you some stuff. I was like, no fucking way. Awesome. So I went, met him up on a Saturday. He showed me some new exercises. I was the same person. I was doing the same exercises over and over and over again. And then this guy came in and showed me some new ones. So I had a whole new bag. And then I met one of my best brothers of all time in the gym. because we had the same schedule and we just liked minds. And honestly, some of the best friendships I have, some of the best relationships I've ever had, all come from me making that decision of stop canceling and just go to the gym. And I was able to transfer from Planet Fitness to a bodybuilding gym. And that's where my life really took off because I met my real mentors at the time, and they kind of like took me under their wing. Don't know what I had to this day. Don't know how I got lucky enough to get brought into that little fraternity. They showed me volume. They showed me form. They perfected my mental. They were like, you could do this, you could do that. And in a short span, I kind of flipped the switch. But that didn't come until after my brother, who kind of always knew how to push my buttons. He always knew how to push my buttons. And it was one random Sunday after a basketball game. Because I was already strong. I was strong going to the gym for like 5 years, and I was happy there.
Yeah.
The body transformation came after this one conversation with my brother. We were playing basketball, and I say this story all the time. I lost this game, but I cooked my brother. I beat him by I had like 15 points on him just alone, but my team still lost. We went back to his place and we were smoking and just chilling, and he goes, how long you been in the gym? And I go, about 5 years. And his response was, don't you think you should look a little bit better?
Damn. Like, what do you mean?
I was like, yeah. And I started making little excuses. I was like, but it's just, I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I went home, thought about it, sat with my other brother, and we talked about it. Like, Danny's right. We got to change. We got to lose some weight. We got to change something. Something has to change. So after that, I did not speak to my brother. Not because I was angry at him, because I just locked in. I didn't speak to my brother till like the middle of the summer of 2019. So in 2019, February 7th, I was 317 pounds. By the end of 2019, I was 247 pounds.
Wow. Dang.
Locked in, changed my whole body. I even became a trainer in 2019 because I was plucked from the ground. They were like, hey, you should work for me. There's potential here. And I became a trainer. became a coach, got my opportunity. And then the pandemic hit. And I had to really learn the ins and outs of fitness really fast because my friends called me. They're like, hey, you just lost the weight. Don't lose it because it's easy to put it back on. So I started.
Much pressure.
I know. Lots of pressure.
Way too much pressure. Way too much pressure. But that's what I thrive on. I thrive on the competitiveness. I'm super highly competitive in this regard. I always put myself in the position to be the best version of myself when it comes to my fitness and strength, speed, all of that. I was like, okay, let me try to be smart now. Let me see what I can improve on. So during the pandemic, I started running 3 miles a day, started doing some mobility work, started really fine-tuning my skills as a trainer. But as a trainer, I learned the hardest part of the job, which is not counting reps or coming up with exercises. It's getting to know people, talking to hearing what's going on in their lives and trying to be sympathetic, trying to be a person to a person. Because my mindset was kill. Let's go work out. Let's get hard nosed straight to the ground.
Yeah.
So
and you can't always do that with everybody. Like, not everybody responds to that same kind of, because like I'm like that too. It's like, okay, you tell me like, let's fucking go. Like, okay, I'm gonna like kick it up a notch. Like if there's somebody who's like pushing me, I'm gonna push harder. But yeah, not everybody like responds in that same way. Like some people shut down, and then you're like, oh fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah, so I took a year off from personal training. I didn't think I was going to do it again. But
was it because of like having to hold that for other people, or what made you okay?
Yeah, it was like holding that because I'm like, I'm not sure if I was built for that because my mindset was way different than it is now. Yeah. If I could go back with what I know now, then I'll probably be a way much better coach in the first year because it was a lot of dark conversation because, like, again, it was my rookie year with the pandemic. So it was a lot of doubt in that time. A lot of
Yeah.
people were doubting what was going to happen for the future. A lot of people feared the future.
Mm-hmm.
So when the pandemic lifted and everything went back to normal, I left my home gym, which is World's Gym in Ridgewood, Queens, to Blink, because I was like, all right, let me embark on this fitness journey and see what's out there. So I went to Blink for a little bit, got to work out with my brother, my nephews, one of my good friends who lives in Atlanta. I have a friend I have people in Atlanta too. He works for Sports Illustrated. He
Cool.
came up to me and said, I want to train. And he asked me if I charge. And I'm like, no, I don't really charge. You can work out with me if you want. And he had MS. He had MS, and he didn't think his body was allowed to go the distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, and I guess my competitive nature said, nah, I don't believe in that. Like I wasn't too familiar with what MS really was. So I was like, there's a way around it. We could do this. We could do this. We could squat. We could bench. And we got him strong.
Yeah.
He was able to squat 315, which is 315 pounds in
Whoa.
a matter of 2 months under me, training with me. He was able to lift more than anything.
Holy shit. 2 months. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
He was one of this, and I was training alongside my girlfriend at the time. And she was a CrossFitter. She turned CrossFit into strength training.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was able to help her get strong as well. And it was kind of those two who kind of pushed me back into personal training.
It's
Because
pulling
even
you
though,
back in. It's what you're meant to do.
it kind of called my name, because even in Blink, people just kept on coming up to me for advice and asking me for like tips and tricks. So I was like, okay. So I got my license and I threw my name into the ring, and I went on a tour of interviews, Planet Fitness, Blink, Crunch, and then Equinox.
Yeah.
Equinox.
What's it like training at a facility like that?
It's completely different, because you gotta be more psychological than hard nose. You gotta know how to put the pill in the peanut butter, because you have
What does that
Yeah,
even
what does that mean?
So you ever heard like how you give
Put the
your
pill in the
dog
peanut butter.
medicine?
Yeah.
They always tell you, the doctor said the dog can't take the pill. You just put
you gotta trick them.
You gotta
It's
trick
more
them.
of a mind game.
Oh. Me and Mara over here are like, what?
Like I've heard I put the pill in the peanut butter for my dogs, exactly, but I've never heard that reference for like humans.
Yeah, you gotta
Wait,
you gotta
so
trick
how
them.
do you do that? Like what?
Be-
Like what do you mean?
So like some people are like, oh, I don't want to do strength training because I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to do this because I don't want to do that. I'm like,
okay.
all right, cool. So you're just like, all right, cool. This exercise is for mobility, even though it's like for strengthening. Like, okay, we're doing this amount of reps for this, and we go, okay, we're going into posture work, but it's like shrugs or like bench pressing and squats.
Yes.
I don't want to do this because it hurts my knees. I'm like, don't worry. I promise you, this is not squats. And then it ends up being a version of a squat. So you guys got to
I love that. I actually really love that, especially for females, because like there's still that misconception that, you know, if you lift heavy, that you're gonna look like a dude. And it's like,
that's not that's a myth.
no. No.
Doesn't work like that.
Eat the peanut butter.
Yep, you eat the peanut butter. Don't worry. Shh, eat the peanut butter.
Oh shit, I love that.
No, it's pretty awesome working at Equinox. I've been there. I made 4 years Saturday.
Congrats.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a whirlwind. I had my highs, I had my lows. I learned a lot about myself. Made some of the best friendships I've ever had in my life. Met some of the greatest people I ever met in my life. And it's been a one hell of a journey, because I don't feel like because I've been 6 years a coach. And prior to that, I was 6 years just fitness. And my whole 12 years has been from the moment I decided to go upstairs to now. It's been a 12-year consecutive. I have not stopped working out at all. Even though my body probably has changed, I've gotten older, and injuries do happen and injuries do occur. But at the same time, I always figure something out. That's my mantra. Something is better than nothing. And at the end of the day, that's the biggest misconception people always believe is go hard or go home. That's not it. Just I always say leave enough in the tank for tomorrow.
Well, and to your point too of like, if I'm hearing anything from your story, sometimes the hardest part is showing up, is walking up the fucking stairs. It's like showing up to the gym and showing up every single day. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Something is always better than nothing.
Well, yeah, for sure. It goes beyond like because you could go on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. There's a whole bunch of information out there. There's this is more optimal. This is this. This is that. At the end of the day, it's these exercises pre-existed us. We don't know exactly when they were created. We don't know exactly who created them, what country they come from. We just know this is what is shown. In the 90s, it was all weights and barbells. In the 2000s, it was a bunch of machines. In the 2010s, it's rubber bands. And in the 2020s, it's kettlebells and a whole bunch of other stuff.
So, I hate kettlebells.
Me too. I hate
them. Kettlebells. I fucking hate them.
What do you hate about them, Mara?
I don't have I mean, it's a good reason to me. It's just like a feeling. It's not even like for a certain reason. I'm just like, they don't feel right.
They don't feel good.
I don't like the exercises. Like, I'm just like, this is so lame. I hate it so much. Like, that's how passionate I am about hating kettlebells. So anyway, like I had a trainer in grad school, Tevi D, shout out, freaking absolutely love him. And gosh, sometimes he'd make me do kettlebell shit and I'd be so ticked. I wish he was on this call right now. It's funny as hell. Oh man. But yeah. Anyway,
I think that's such a good point though, because it's like, especially as you get older, like during your fitness journeys and stuff, like Jimmy, you talked about it, like go hard, go home. And like sometimes you get on these fitness journeys where you're trying something out and you're like, man, this just like doesn't feel good. And yet you continue to do those exercises where like, yeah, I think there's an element of pushing yourself to like through some uncomfortableness, but like if it doesn't feel good, like you said, there's how many other things you can do, especially as you get older, especially as you like your body changes, and just different like cycles that you go through. It's like it's okay to try something different and actually do something that feels good, because it's like you're more than likely going to come back and do the thing again if you actually like what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's like if you know you didn't go to the gym yesterday and you go to the gym today, you're already 10% better than you was yesterday just because you made that one change. And if you go to the gym tomorrow, okay, now you streaking. You go to the gym 4 times, that's a win streak. That's how it works. You gotta start building those win streaks. When do you feel like you're winning in what you really want to do, right? Because
I like that perspective. Yeah, the win streak. That's cool.
Coach.
All right, we're done here.
No, because I see this a lot with my clients. You understand? A lot of my clients come from different backgrounds, different walks of life. Some fathers, some mothers, some high in the position of their job, some partners, some not partners, some still figuring out New York City. And in New York City, I'm born and raised here. So hearing people from not New York City talk about how hard New York City is, it's like, well, you're not really understanding it because you try to make it easy. It's not easy. Same thing like a fitness journey. It's never going to be easy. Nobody wants to wake up at 6 a.m. to go run 3 miles on a treadmill. Nobody wants to wake up at 5 a.m. to go lift 200 pounds over your shoulder just because. Nobody wants to eat Greek yogurt. Nobody wants to eat strawberries and grapes, kale. Nobody wants to eat rabbit food. But this is what we have to do if you want the body. If you want to live a long life, this is what you have to do. It's not pretty. There's no shortcuts. There's no magic pill. There's no nothing. It's you.
Ooh, what's your thought on the ick?
The ick.
Ozempic.
Oh, is that, oh, the Zempic? Oh man. I
Because now
mean,
we got the magic shot. Sorry, wow, I'm just opening a
it's
whole
Yeah,
can of
that's
worms
no, that's such a
here.
good point
But
though. For real though.
as a trainer, I'm curious. I'm not saying
it's
what you say is end all
as
be
a
all, but I'm just
as a
curious.
professional, I could see it like this. It's if you know you are struggling to go to the gym and you're in that 400, 500 mark, and this is the only way to save your life, by
Mm-hmm.
all means. By all means. Because the biggest thing is fear. It's being in a social place, being judged by people. But depends on where you go to. It all depends on where you go to. Because as to answer your question, I don't believe in it in Ozempic because I feel like if I did it, anybody could do it. All it just
Mm.
takes is a few steps around the block every day. Get some fresh air, walk a little bit. That's all you really need. Do you really need do you need a big breakfast every day? Do you need a big dinner every day? Like just make some small cuts, but not everybody has that mental. So they say, okay, if someone says you could eat pancakes and bacon for the rest of your life, but you'll lose weight because I give you this shot. 9 out of 10 people will
Mm.
take that shot
Mm-hmm.
just because they want
Yeah.
to eat pancakes and bacon every day for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And just that's just not how life should be. That's not how it should be it. That shouldn't be an option, especially from doctors. I'm not discrediting anybody, but that shouldn't be an option. It's like a
Yeah.
doctor telling me don't smoke, but he's outside smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, the conundrum.
I
The
know.
conundrum
Gosh.
of what it is, like people try to make everything easy. My dad is on it. My dad is on a version of Ozempic, and me and him had a big little clash of
Mm.
it.
Big little
But
clash. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just so interesting. Like, oh man, just the pressure that we've built, I guess, to look a certain way, and the beauty standards, and if you look this way, it's kind of like how when you have a drink in your hand, you're seen as more classy, or all of these narratives we've created. Or if you have this certain type of body figure, you're more respected. And of course there are studies out there that show that, yeah, if you're more fit, like, you will be respected, and da 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 da. But it's just like so much more like deeper than that, and really disturbing to me, actually. And yeah, I'm really curious because I do believe in the pendulum swinging. Like, we go to extremes and then it goes back the other way. And um, I'm just curious, I guess, what this all is gonna look like. What our perspectives and our stories will look like and sound like in a few years around all of this stuff, because
Yeah.
it's pretty
I
wild.
mean, yeah, I mean the trends. It's I mean right now the biggest trend in weight loss is Ozempic and Row and all those pills. Before
Mm-hmm.
it was Atkins and all the diet trends,
Mm-hmm.
keto. It's the same thing, just a different name. It's
Mm-hmm.
all these things, but nothing's gonna beat sweat and movement. Movement and friction is the remedy to a good body and a healthy mind.
Well, isn't
It's
it scary too? Like, when you stop, like, even when you stop like an intense diet, or you stop Ozempic or these other, you know, brands or whatever, like, don't you just like blow up
Yeah,
because
mhm.
you
your
gain it
body
all
Yeah.
back. Yeah, of course.
It's equivalency like a drugs. It's like if you try to go cold turkey, you're gonna go right back at it, and you're gonna fall way harder. That's the
That's
that's the
so
downside of
scary
it.
to
That's
me.
the downside of it.
Well, that's like my whole thing when I think about Ozempic and just Jimmy, as you said too, it's like the same thing but just packaged in a different way. It's like the cheat. It's the cheat around that instant gratification of not doing the work. And it's like when you do come off it, you haven't learned the skill set to maintain that same kind of figure, that same kind of if you're looking at like the actual scale numbers, like of course you're going to go back because you haven't learned any new skill to be able to maintain that same weight. So it's like, while I do agree with you with some people that are in that like life threatening range, if that's like a catalyst for them to be able to start that journey, cool. or if there's like some kind of hormonal imbalance that like, yeah, it gives you the free range to do that. But like, if you can't first try like the hard shit of like consistency and eating well and doing those things, like do that first. And then if it's still like there's still nothing that's working for you, then sure. But it's like you're not learning anything new, so of course you're going to go back.
It's the parallels between like that and doing like 30-day challenges of no drinking or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, great. And also, what usually happens when people like get off the 30-day challenge?
They go
It's
fucking
usually like
ham.
fucking go ham. And I don't want to discredit those experiences because I do think they can be helpful. And also, it's like there's so much more there, to actually learn the new coping skills. And that's across the board for everything. And that's kind of like in Nosedive what we talk about, like in Numbing Less Living More, because it really takes the patience, the courage, the time, the repetition to really sit with ourselves and learn what it's going to take to actually make those changes. And like you said, Jimmy, people trying to make like New York easy. Like it's just a human thing. Like we want convenience, we want easy. Like I want those things too. I'm not like separate from this or above this, but it's just like really interesting.
Well, yeah, it's like, so I grew up in the projects in the 90s. And once people hear that, they automatically put the stigma on like, oh, you grew up in a bad neighborhood. No, I grew up in a beautiful neighborhood. It was a very communicative, very supportive people. Everybody knew my brother, everybody knew my dad. Like I had the easiest life as a child. There was nothing. But yeah, there's always bad apples everywhere and there's always some bad things, but I was protected from that. So I never got to see it. If anything, I experienced the alternate life when I went upstate. That was the first time I realized I am ethnic. Because some people were like, oh, I had a backpack. They were like, oh, this kid is stealing. No, I just have a backpack.
Wow.
As opposed to experiencing that in my hometown. Like I didn't experience any of that until I went somewhere else. And I was like, oh shit. And then now you have this wave of people saying, this is the way of New Yorkers. This is like New Yorkers, this, New Yorkers, that. No, New Yorkers, we just trying to, our goal is to just live a better day the next day. Like we don't care. When we say we don't care, we really do mean it. Because we care about what we have to, which is ourselves and our city. We want to make sure that we get the job done. We live to see another day, and we try to be good people every single day. But at the same time, we don't want. We go. Time is fast. Time is fast. A New York minute is way faster than people think. Do not wait around. Do not look around. New Yorkers are an odd bunch. I say the least. We are an odd bunch. But we are a community. We are a community and we represent our city to the fullest. But it's only in certain times.
We love Odd though. Odd is the best. And I think it's such a cool like juxtaposition of lifestyles because I feel like Mara, you're like on this one end in Key West where like we were just talking about this where things are a lot slower. There's like one or two shops on one street. And then we got Jimmy over here who's like living the city life, like go, go, go. Like it's two very present and like lovely energies, but they're also very different, but in very cool ways. Like it's so cool to see. But you guys are also like, there's like a through line on how we can all connect. Like we're all just trying to be better people, trying to impact other people's lives in a better way and live our experiences and do it in a way that we're present and not just like floating through life, like having some kind of intention and being there for one another, which I think is really beautiful.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like my roommate's from California. So that right there, we always constantly talking about each other's culture. like what he used to do in the West Coast and what I used to do in the East Coast.
What
But
part
he's
of
lived in
California?
San Francisco.
Okay. Okay. Because even
But
that, like
when
Bay Area versus,
Yeah.
LA, I feel like is different.
yeah, that's a whole. He tells me all the time. He's like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
like San Francisco hates LA."
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like I mean, it has to do with a lot of sports. Like I'm a big
Mhm.
Yankee fan, and he's a San Francisco fan, so it's. But his baseball team came from New York, so that's a whole. There's a whole history there. But even then, when we walking around the streets, I always try to tell him like, I try to give him the insight, like, oh, this used to be this used to be that, this used to be this. I'm like, he'll give me a fact. He'll fact check me. I'll fact check him on New York stuff. And when it comes to like drinking, he knows more about bars than I do because I rarely go out to bars.
Yeah.
All these speakeasies, all these things that popped up out of nowhere. I barely know my city anymore because in New York, you don't leave your neighborhood.
Yeah, Mara, did your brother say something similar?
Yeah, like you don't really like need to.
Yeah, you
You
don't
have
leave
everything.
Bushwick is
Yeah.
like Bushwick was my neighborhood, and I didn't go to Manhattan until I started working there. Like this is the most as my adult life, the most I've ever
You
been inside.
commute to
Yeah.
Manhattan every day. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, well, how has that been like if you're like, through your sober journey and how things are going and going out these days? How does that look for you? How's that been feeling?
Oh, it's not been the hardest, but it's been the craziest thing because December was no alcohol, and it was the holiday season, and for some reason, everything I went to was open bar.
God, talk about universe testing you.
Everything was open bar. I went to my company's holiday party, open bar for 3 hours. I went to another holiday party, open bar.
Were there any at Equinox? Was there any like alcohol-free alternatives?
No.
Bro.
No.
Alcohol. What?
I don't want to spill. I don't want to spill the too much detail. Equinox Equinox would give out is very pro alcohol.
So interesting.
I don't want to.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, yeah. And again, like no hate, no shade. Like that is normal, but also
there's always room for growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of alcohol. I mean, New York is. It's buzzy. It's buzzy. The holiday season is wine, is liquor flowing everywhere, and it's free. So I guess that's the easiest way to say thank you to the employees. Like, hey, here's some free alcohol because this is what you want anyways. That's what it comes down to, as opposed to a bonus or something nicer. It could be like, hey, here's some alcohol and some chicken tenders.
I'd take the money and some chicken tendies.
Me too. Me too. Trust me.
Much rather.
Just some chicken tendies, yo.
Just some chicken tendies,
Keep
okay?
the vino, bro.
Give me some like nice ass high quality chicken tendies with some good condiments and a little bag of money. And I'm like, yeah.
The happiest person in the world.
Happy camper.
That's it.
Wow, dude.
Interesting.
Man. Yeah, that's rough though.
Okay, anyway, so sorry, continue.
Oh no.
Open bars everywhere.
That was the biggest test. And then there was a couple times at my father's house where it was kind of sad because we just experienced a loss and he wanted to drink. And I was like, Dad, I'm not really drinking anymore. So it was that kind of passage is like, he accepted it. He understood that I don't want to drink. And it was kind of rough because there was a couple times that I wanted to break.
Yeah.
There's a couple times I wanted to break because it's heavy. It was a heavy end of the year for me. And my coping would be drinking 3 bottles of wine, smoking an ounce of weed, maybe a couple shrooms, and just forgetting about the day. Yep. So sitting in my feelings for the last 2 months has been probably the most eye-opening for myself because I try to suppress my emotions.
Sure.
And just right before the holiday season actually started, my emotions came back. I was I was going into Harlem for a session with a private client of mine. And in the middle of me walking from the train station to my client's home, it wasn't even the song. My emotions just came back. I just started crying randomly. I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And all my emotions came back, and it was because they've been suppressed since October.
Yeah.
They were suppressed since October, so I had to suppress my emotions from October on, and when they came back, it was new because I wasn't angry. It wasn't anger. It wasn't frustration. It wasn't tiredness. It was sad, happy, thrilled, overwhelmed. It was like watching a Disney movie. All my emotions just came out of nowhere, and sitting in that for the last 4 weeks, understanding the new normal, understanding my life now has been probably not a challenge, but an understanding. Because what I used to be and what I am now are two different people. And I could really see not just the growth, and I'm not going to say growth. I'm going to see the evolution. I'm going to say the evolution of what I used to think to what I think now. Because I started smoking weed at 25. I'm 34 now. I started drinking at the age of 13, 14. It's a rite of passage in the history. Is a rite of passage, and being sober not because I'm broke or being sober because I'm choosing to be sober was probably the biggest 180 that I ever did in my life. Because there was times I'm not drinking because I just didn't have the $20 for a case of beer, or I didn't have the $30 for an eighth of weed. Like there was times, I was sober, but this is the first time I have money in my pocket.
Choosing.
I have money in my pocket. I have the time. I have every venue to get access to this, and I'm choosing not to. Sitting like I had a sober Christmas, sober New Year's, sober Thanksgiving, and it was
and
fun.
those are the hardest ones, man. And that's like that's amazing.
I mean, I
so
told you
amazing.
girls, I'm competitive, even with myself. I'm competitive.
It's like, if I'm going to choose a time to become sober, I'm going to choose
the hardest. No, but I love that. I love that because like people always think that, oh, there's going to be like the right time, a better time, an easier time. And like, unfortunately, life keeps lifing and there is never a better time except for like right now. And it sounds so cliche. And it's like, you're just going to, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And if you're not, you're not. And like, whatever you choose, that's it.
And plus, I'm doing all these sober events because I teamed up with the girls who do a lot of sober events, Julia and Caroline, and then my friend
shout
Tommy.
out Mobius.
Yep, shout out Mobius is live. Go download that right away. And then I teamed up with my friend Tommy. Like I told you, he does, because he's been sober and he started his barbells over bottles. And then I was like, I'm going to do a podcast about sobriety, and I do drugs. I don't think that's kind of clashing. So I was like, maybe I could announce that I'm on my sober journey on this platform.
Yeah.
So that was like that was the big that was one of the big catalysts, and I was like, you know what, this is just the right time to do it.
It would be really interesting too to see like the connections that you continue to make as time goes on, and because like we are who we surround ourselves with. And I've noticed so much throughout my own journey of just like, drinking and all that kind of mentality and stuff is definitely the quote unquote norm. But I have met so many other people too who are walking this a similar lifestyle and have similar interests. And I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. It just takes time. And there are definitely loads of people out there who are interested in this type of lifestyle. And for the reasons that we have already spoken about, like, because you come back online, you become like more alive in all of the ways you feel again. You feel better, you feel worse, you feel the whole spectrum. You really feel the humanness of what it's like to be a human. And that's it can feel very intense. Like even till this day, I'm like, holy shit. Like when I'm at capacity, I'm at fucking capacity. Like I have no space, but at the awareness around it becomes very expansive, and it's super cool to be around people who understand what you're going through. So I'm really excited that you've already have made connections, and that will continue to grow for you.
Oh yeah, I believe so. I made some really great friends in the last half of the year, and watching how this transpires, because I took some time off. I took the last week off from work to kind of recalibrate my mind, kind of get my emotions in check, kind of just get my body in tune, recalibrate everything. And I wanted to just get into my healthy habits again, get back into my lifting, get back into eating right and doing it right, reading a couple more books, getting into reading. Yoga has been my outlet. I'm a big yogi, love my yoga. Try to do
So
it.
nice.
It is. Yeah. That's something on my 2026 list is mobility for sure, because kind of been neglecting that for the past couple of years.
It comes back to haunt you. You never know when you're tight until you're tight, until you got to
Oh
stretch.
my God, I know. Turning 34 this year, it's definitely coming back to haunt me a little bit. So
we got this, guys. We're all gonna be yogis this year.
We're all
How
gonna be
cute.
yogis. Aw, that is so cute. I love that. Yogi and sober-ish. Love it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the whole goal. Just be yogis. Yoga's awesome. I highly recommend it as both as a professional and as a personal person. Yoga is amazing.
Yeah.
That and Pilates.
Yes.
Dude, Pilates is like
love
blowing up
Pilates.
right now. I feel like Pooler is finally getting a Pilates studio. That's like how I know things are trending, is when Pooler, like my area, starts getting things like that.
That's huge.
Well, that's the thing. Like I grew up dancing, and so I'm like hyper mobile, and that has led to injuries, and doing Pilates has been very helpful. But it's such like, I love the adrenaline of lifting and working out, and so switching to Pilates sometimes I'm like, God damn it, like it's not as like I feel like I don't get the same like dopamine from it, and so that has been a shift for me in my wellness journey of like, okay, like what's most important is my nervous system, and like I got to take care of that so that I can freaking, like, I want to be able to be active as I age, and that's my priority right now. So the way I work out looks a lot different than it used to, and yeah, it's just kind of
Same.
like, whoa.
Same. I don't work out as intense as I was working out when I was 25.
Right.
I work out way smarter. I focus on mobility. I add a whole bunch of accessories. I only lift maybe 3 times a week, as opposed to lifting 7 days a week like I used to. I used to abuse my body, and now that I don't have my weed to numb my pain, I'm actually feeling everything again. So this is
that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't have my Tylenol, and I don't believe in over-the-counter drugs. They fuck up your liver.
Yep.
So
Wow.
feeling,
Interesting.
getting old sucks, man. Getting old sucks. It's not always the most flourishing thing in the world, but it is always it's good. Being more mature, being more in tune with this time around. And fun fact, Pilates, yoga, and weight training are best friends, by the way. They help each other.
I can see that.
They help each other. Yoga helps Pilates. Pilates helps weight training. Weight training helps all three of them, and vice versa. We love
balance. We love balance.
Yeah.
They used to be. People used to think it was clashing, but it's not. It's not. They actually work off of each other.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that in like the lifting community, there was probably a little bit of shade on the
Mm-hmm.
Pilates game for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But now I'm starting to see, and maybe it's also just like generationally, like the
Mm-hmm.
lifters that I follow are also around my age and they are deciding to do, I think yoga has always kind of been a piece of it because of the mobility and just like the mental space and mental health. But there are a lot of lifters that I follow that are beginning to get on the Pilates game. So I think it's cool. It's like we're all again just like trying to or like working at the best of our ability to be able
We're
to
all
stand up.
collaborating.
Yeah, collaborating and like walk when you're in your 80s and like keep lifting when you're in your 80s. Like that's a goal of mine is like continuing to be able to move and have movement like way, way as I continue to age and like breaking
If
down
I'm
this
alive,
barrier.
bro, I better be having a good time.
That's what
And
I'm
in order
saying.
to being able to have a good time, I need to be able to fucking move.
That's right. I want to be able to go into the gym still and pick up my little 15s and keep doing my little curls when I'm like in my fucking late 80s and I want to have guns still. So like
Yeah.
that is my goal.
That's always been the goal, right? To be
Yes.
the fit old person in the
The
gym.
fit granny.
Right. The
Oh
That's
fit
what
yeah,
I
I want.
want.
granny. New handle.
That's the
The
whole
fit
goal. That's the whole
granny.
goal is to be fit. That was always my motivation because I used to see these old men, ripped bodies and Planet Fitness and in Blink, super shredded. I'm like, how old are you? They're like 50 and 60. I'm like, God damn, I need to get to. I want to be that. I want to be able to have the same love that I have now for going to the gym, way beyond my twilight years. Whether I'm lifting what I'm lifting now or lifting 100 pounds less, I just want to be in that gym or my own gym, just gray beard, gray hair, just doing my thing.
Yep.
Hell yeah, brother. I love that.
Here's an inside tips of fitness recovery is going to be the biggest thing. That means hydration, stretching, infrared, sauna, all of that. Cold plunge recovery is going to be the biggest thing people need to add into their split and not as a post workout, as a day of its own. I could highly recommend finding, yes, we all know push pull legs, we all know upper body, lower body, we all know that, but a day of recovery is needed in the body. The muscles are breaking up faster and getting, that's why protein is the biggest thing right now. But yes, barbells over bottles is the first one, and it's going to be growing as we move along in the year. We're hoping to add 2 more classes per month, but it's a once a month social type of event. Is a hit class followed with a social hour with non-alcoholic beverages, and it's unlike any other class that you've ever been to because here it's interactive. You're
Mm-hmm.
not plugged into a mat. You get to talk to your partner. You get to talk to the person next to you. You get to actually meet the person in the classes and not just show up, drop your bag, do the workout, and leave. No, this
Mm-hmm.
is a time for you to break out of your shell, break out of your comfort zone, and actually interact, bring back the human side of fitness, and actually see people who are doing the same thing as you. Have fun. It's a great experience. It's something my friend created to highlight his sobriety, and he's been doing it for about a year. He's collabed with a whole bunch of coaches, and maybe in the future I'll coach a class myself. But right now
Oh
I'm having
yeah,
fun. I'm having fun being a
totally.
participant.
Heck yeah. That sounds
Yeah, well,
awesome. Wish we could go.
I know,
Yes,
for real. We'll have
yeah. Next time
everything
you guys are in New
linked.
York, when you guys are
Yes.
coming back to New York,
We got to put it on the list.
We got to put it on the Cali.
We got to put it on the galley. Yeah, we'll have everything linked in our show notes, and we'll have a special code too for our listeners. $10 off. That's for this class, right, Jimmy? Yeah. So with
yes.
code Jimmy, you'll get $10 off the class. So we'll have everything linked. Please, if you're in the New York City area, go join Jimmy, say hello, create some more community. And Jimmy, we're just so honored to have you on the podcast and allowing us to have this platform for you to be able to talk about your sobriety and your journey and celebrating that and announcing that to our audience in the world. So yeah, we're really honored to have you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
it's a
Thanks
pleasure.
for
Thank
being
you,
here.
ladies. It was great meeting you guys, and I hope to collaborate with you guys in the future. If you guys ever need any fitness advice, please hit my line. And I do have some stuff coming out, but I'm just going to keep that to the wraps. But there are new changes coming up for my own personal ventures. It's not just sobriety. We got to just stay tuned.
Awesome.
Multi-hyphenate. Can't wait to see it.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If this episode lit you up, share it with someone you love. We geek out on having convos with people living life boldly, and we would love to hear your story. So email us at info@nosedive-co.com. And don't forget to like, follow, and hang out with us at Nosedive Co. on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, bye.